Alright everybody, welcome back to Nine Kings. Now, they recently had an update to the game which added the King of Nomads. And it also completely changed how the perks work, which I like this way more. Which actually we can do this and get this stuff even more done. And how this is that this one, all adjacent king perks are applied +1 times. This is the perks to the left applied +1 time. This is the adjacent perks are applied +1 time. Now, this is only for the king perks, where this is for, like, any perk. So let's just, take this out, move this here. That doubles that. But we can get the king perks really super just powerful by this. Raptors deal 40% more damage, dragons deal 40% more damage, and sword gives a +1 or +1% extra damage. And do I have... No, I don't think I really want this. I want... Where is it? There we go. All troops start +10% max HP. Alright, so we're gonna be playing the King of Nomads on the difficulty of Baron. This is a rather difficult character to play, mostly because we have 2 actual units that can attack, really. And his castle is actually the Warlord, which is a base and ranged troop. And then his other thing is the mob, which technically the dragon is an attacking thing too, but this is his only other thing that can attack other than the raptor. Basically, whenever an adjacent unit gains a unit, this one also gains a unit. So you could technically put this thing in the middle and get it buffed up by everything else. But we're not going to be doing that. We're going to be putting this guy here. And how this ability works is that you increase the stats of everybody you hit. As long as they're your guys. Okay, let's get Warlord upgraded. That's because it's going to be our main damage here. Which I don't really know if I really like this character that much. I haven't played this... I've only played this character like twice. Okay, boars are good because I feel like they sort of mix of this character here. And as you see, because we placed them down, we got 6 more mob units. Which means very powerful with the King of Nature, or I guess you could say the King of Greed as well. And as you see, he also has a lot of these things, like see, shield and sword he has, which is at 10 HP or 10% HP. Same for the sword, but it's for damage. This is slow units. If I can get another mob, and smithy, here we go. This is a really good one. Swords and shield have double effects. We're gonna upgrade the mob the way they have more health and damage. Because also, the mob is also a very weird unit, because they have, like, the stats of a melee unit, but they're a ranged unit. They're not melee. Probably should have gotten the soldier there. Yeah, see? They throw things. Which, honestly, is very odd. I've not really seen a character yet that feels like it should be another character. In fact, the King of Nomads only has 1 melee unit, which is the Raptor. Alright, yeah. So the camp is when a card is placed on an empty plot, the adjacent plots to the camp get +2% on all stats. Now, that's every single thing. And it also works with migration. You get the target to move and increase its damage and health. It'll also trigger this. And it triggers on everything adjacent to it. And you can just move them back and forth. Again, everything adjacent to it. Just have to make that clear. I thought it was only that one card when I first read it. But no, it's everything adjacent to it. Which is pretty strong, honestly. I think so, at least. Let's get a boar again, that way we can have more of these guys riding it, but we're also going to increase the amount of these guys. So that's the thing, if you want the mob to actually be able to ride something, you need to place down the thing first. Because they're going to scale not the same. The moment there's a single extra mob, you're not going to have them all riding it. Okay, real. Actually, there's an achievement to have the raptors ride the boars. Or is it the way around? I don't know. Because they're both units that ride, they're both units that other units ride and are weak on their own. You know what, I'm just gonna put this here for right now. See, now that's also another thing, you have to beware of this. The raptors will pierce right through the front line and attack the back line. They will not actually fight the front line until the front line comes to them. which can be rather bad. The same can also be really good because you're also getting rid of those ranged units that are picking off your melee units, which is very good. It's actually probably the best run I've had so far as this character. Okay, let's upgrade the camps. Let's also get a beacon. Yeah. And then... See, another thing with the King of Nomads is it wants you to leave a lot of empty space so you can actually move units. And I find it very hard to do. King of Nature is actually probably one of our best matchups here because we have the Raptors who will just destroy all the Elves. And the Mycelium. So I think we're good, honestly. Yeah, let's get some more ranged units, but mostly just so we can do this and get stat boosts everywhere. A little bit of ranged units, you know, it doesn't hurt anyone. Although, honestly, if possible, we're probably gonna try to kill the elves here. The elves we don't want them, actually. Okay, so the enemy... for some reason, even though we have way more units than the enemies, and we're doing way better, we're somehow losing to them? I do not understand. How did this happen? Maybe it's because our units aren't very good. I can upgrade the mob again. Yeah, let's just upgrade the mob, and the reason I want to do this is because the mobs are main damage. Alright, we're back against one of our good matchups, and I think it's also the Raptors that are dying. Actually, no. The reason that it says that we have a higher number, but when we actually start with a low number, is because the boars technically aren't a unit once they're being ridden. I don't think that's a word. But basically, it just counts these guys. It counts the mounts as dead after. What was I saying again? Forgot. Oh yeah, so this is how you get the unique chaos card thingies. Is by fighting this army, which you can't actually declare war on the leader of this because there is no leader as far as I know. But yeah, now we get one of these cards. Let's reroll this because I don't like any of this. Echo Form's good because we can copy things. Let's reroll this. Reroll again. Shoot, fine, I'll take it. Now, what is this? Yes, we need to move something here to be able to copy these guys to an adjacent plot. Let's just increase these guys' health. I could increase these guys' health and it would technically be better, but I don't. You know, I'm not actually sure how that works. Does it take the boar's stats or does it take the rider's stats? Because I know the Raptors combines them. Okay, yeah, we're doing bad here against the King of Spells, mostly because he has a lot of units and we're not exactly good against fighting big piles of units. So we honestly might just lose here in general, just completely, because we can't actually attack with our base. There we go, migration. Move these guys, give us all stat bonuses. So now the boars are their own attacking units, and I think we're also going to perform worse because of that. Honestly, I'm not sure how many stats it actually gives me for doing this stats up thing. Although actually, the mob didn't survive, only the boars survived. And the boars actually did a ton of damage there, so apparently, what this is really telling me is that the boars are far better than the mob. I mean, yeah, basically in every single way. Alright, well, let's do an echo form, because this allows us to just copy the unit. Let's actually do a migration first, and then we'll do that. Okay, now, we might actually just lose here, honestly. Although the raptors will do some damage to the wizards, and for some reason nobody wants to target the raptors. They're just eating the wizards. Yeah, we lose here. Well, I just don't know what to say about the King of Nomads, alright? I don't really like it. I don't really like this character. Yeah, your kingdom perished. Well, you know what? We leveled up. We unlocked a new thing, and this is the cold perk, which we have no clue what that does. But yeah, instead of playing him, we're going to be playing the King of Nothing while using his new perks. So we have all this stuff. We have a lot of stuff, actually. And this is... Now you see... English. So this is Paladin Star plus 3 units, and we have this 4 times. So that's a lot of extra units. But we could also just make everything start... You know what? No, we're going to go entirely on a Paladin run. So we're going to want more health. Yeah, not towers. We want more health. Now, also, the thing is, I'm pretty sure they've rebalanced a lot of these units, because now knights are different. Everything's different, actually. Well, they're actually called soldiers, but whatever. How does this work again? I gotta remember. It is that... Trying to remember what it is. Oh yeah, so I think that you know what, I can just look at the cards, alright? When I get them. Yeah, okay, we're all... I don't have enough money, of course not, of course not. How do I look at my cards that I have? Compendium? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so see, this gains +1 damage per new unit. That was not there before, it was just like balanced melee troop. And this is just a defensive melee troop. Now, damage buffs also increases HP. The archers are just the same. Like, the rest of the stuff is mostly the same. But these two change, and now they're actually decent units. Whereas before, I felt like they were a bit underpowered. We're going to be putting the paladins right here. Which the archers will help support the paladins, you know? Castle upgrade. Huzzah. Alright, we're fighting against the demons. Which, honestly, I've never lost against the demons. The imps are low HP, and the actual demons themselves don't really do much. Receive 99 coins. I just feel like it's not very good. I would have preferred one of our king-specific perks, but that's easier said than actually done. It's very hard to actually get them, because they're not as common as the common perks. Vaults, I guess. We'll put this here, honestly. Yeah, we're getting an extra 3 gold a turn. What are we going to spend this gold on? Nothing. We just want to have it, because gold makes the world go round. Okay, we got soldier. We're getting soldier before we're getting, Oh, great. Yeah, I'm not gonna put any units there. There we go, we got soldier. Again, I really want See, I make my entire strategy and build around something, and then the game just is gonna decide to never give me a single paladin card. Watch me go through this whole thing and not get a single paladin card. If I do, then you have to like and subscribe and go follow me on Rumble. You have to. You know, honestly, I think the bank's better than I actually thought it was. It does seem like a small amount of gold, but it does really matter long term, especially if you can get it really early. Then it can really help out. There we go, Paladin. It took a while to get the Paladin. Alright, time to wage war against another king. We're gonna wage war against the King of Nomads, because I want the shield and sword from him. There we go. See, we start with a lot of them because we have, the perks. Yeah, but honestly, the best thing to do is get sword, because damage buffs also increase their HP. I mean, we'll take shield, too. We just prefer other things. Again, we're fighting the demons. Also, the bombers are a really bad unit, because they die when they attack. And they don't really do much at all. At least from what I've seen. We're going to take vampirism here. And then for this, we're going to take the blacksmith. We got to take the forest. And then we're going to probably just try to get rid of this. Okay, vampirism. This. Upgrade. Yeah, we got to get rid of this farm here. And what we're going to do... What we want, English. What we want to do is place a forest there. Come on, give me a mortgage. There we go, mortgage. I spent a lot of money getting this mortgage. I'm not gonna make it back. Basically, we want to put it there that we can increase the health of the paladins. Once it gets like 1,000 health, might seem ridiculous, but you know we could possibly get to 1,000 health. Alright, reroll. Sword! That's exactly what we wanted. Alright, and then now we're gonna want to get a space in front of the paladins, and we can place down other things in front of the paladins. Yeah, plus 2% HP, there we go. Again, it's not a lot right now, but it will be a lot in the future. We're investing wisely. I'm still not entirely sure how to really use the king ability, not the king ability, the base abilities. Because although sometimes they seem like they can be sort of decent, I'm just not sold on them, you know? I'm not sure how they should be used. Alright, we're just gonna upgrade this. More HP, more recruitment. Should probably also upgrade this, because again, that'll increase the amount of HP we have as well. I have to take out the mob first, because they're weak. And then the warlords. And actually, this is working very well. Yeah, that literally worked. Alright. I mean, listen. Yes. Okay, we'll take that too. Okay, now first thing, put that there. We have paladins riding velociraptors. We took away the paladins' one weakness, their lack of speed. Plus, they combine their stats together, meaning the paladins are even stronger. Because you're adding both the health of the raptors with the health of these guys, and the damage. Let's get Midas Touch. Let's get, well actually, let's just get swords on these guys, because remember, damage increases health. Wait. Okay, I thought I read the number wrong. Although that is... how much health plus... I don't know. And also, you know, I've had these problems with video games, where it says it will increase something by, like, a percentages, but does it base the percentages off the original number or the new number, and are the percentages increasing multiplying, or are they additional? And how do they stack? Because in some video games, 20% plus 20% equals 30%. Where in other games, it equals 40%. Like, the things the games need to be really clear about, they're never clear about. It's like, oh, fancy words. But what does it mean? It means nothing. Wait a minute. When they rammed through the lines, did they all do damage to the enemies they passed through? I think so. Units explode, yes. We love to see it. Units explode on death. They're back again fighting the Chaos Army. We defeated the Chaos Army because they are weak. Haste. Increase movement speed by 200%. Honestly, I think it'd be probably better to increase the Raptor's movement speed, because remember, it does combine the movement speed, and these guys have really low movement speed. Yeah, so how much movement speed is that? That's 4.8 now. That's really high. Yeah. They're way too fast now. Okay, so now we're in a good state. All we have left to do is really just buff the Paladins till they're overpowered. That's really all we need to do. Let's get another wild card and upgrade the Raptors. We need more Raptors to increase, because the Paladins riding the Raptors is just far stronger than the... Look at that, dude. The King of Blood's army went down from 198 to like 48 in a matter of seconds. Sacrifice. Receive... No, we don't really want that, because we already have a lot. Doubles the maximum HP. You know what? Yeah, there we go. Paladins have insanely high HP now. They have 720 HP. Once we get to 1,000, they're never gonna die, man. I'm telling you. Really hard to kill something with 1,000 HP. I'm just gonna turn this thing on auto, because I'm just tired of using it. I don't understand the auto thing. Actually, no, I do understand how the auto thing aims. It aims at the very front enemy, which is understandable. There we go, farm. That way we recruit more Raptors to try to meet up with the demand. Although I actually noticed, actually the King of Greed might be our one weakness, because he does disrupt the backline, and... Well, to be honest, the backline really ain't doing any damage. It's the Paladins and Velociraptors. Although actually, when I did play, I did get a slime, and I got a ton of slimes, because they multiplied to the other tiles around them. Which, as you can expect, gets very, very, very strong, very fast. Let's make peace of the King of Greed, because I don't really want any of his items anymore. Honestly, I don't even want this beacon. I'm just gonna scrap it for money. I have $201. The shop coming up, I'm gonna have to spend a lot of money. Although, to be fair, $200 hardly buys anything. Look, that nothing rebellion is being put down just like that. Why are the people even rebelling? I'm a glorious and great king. I have a farm for the people. I have a bank for the people. I have a forest for the people. I have housing for the people. And yet they still hate me. That's why you shouldn't do things for the people, you know? Every time you do something for them, they're just like, ah, it's not enough. We hate you. So, you know, you just gotta kill them all. That's why we gotta kill the rebels. Look at that. The King of Blood's honestly our best matchup because his units are so weak. Because his army is mostly imps, and imps have like a max of like 20 health. Doesn't matter how many of them there are, they just die. Let's get mob, let's get another paladin. Let's get knights, let's get raptors. And there's all my money, I just spent it all. There you go, raptors, upgrade to the max. We're gonna put mob here. We're gonna sacrifice them. And then we're gonna put knight on top of knight. And then we're gonna put the paladins over here, but we're also gonna sacrifice these guys too. To fully level up the archers. And also just to get more cards out of my hand. I don't really want these sacrifice cards. I do want to upgrade the forest though. To get even more HP. Although, to be honest, I should actually probably upgrade the farm instead and try to get more, Velociraptors. I think that'd be smarter. And also, no matter what, we're gonna outpace the Paladins' growth, because there's only a chance of Paladins' growth. Technically, the farm could give it to these guys only and never give it to the Paladins. Meaning, this will outgrow that. I just took another sacrifice. Why do I keep taking sacrifices? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, honestly. Remember, the English, they do, add their abilities. Look at that, there's nothing rebellion for. They add their abilities together, so it is good to actually have this blacksmith here. There's really no downside to having it. You know, now there's a lot of good, strong combos. I feel like before in this game, a lot of the combos you could do weren't really fun because it was, like, specifically buffing one unit. And that was really it. It was really just about buffing one unit. Now I feel like there's actual combos in this game that work because of the added text and abilities. Reroll, shield, fireball, sure. Yeah, increased by 10%. Let's see, how much HP are they gonna have at the end of this? 1,700, okay, yeah. And, you know, as if it wasn't already bad enough, now we're throwing flaming boulders at the enemy. As if they weren't already dead enough. We decided to kill them even more. Let's get more vampirism, that way we really make sure these guys just can't die. Yeah, but as you see, my theory has proved mostly correct. We are almost outpacing that. Although if we get to the max level, we're definitely gonna outpace it. But you know, sometimes they just add all the... They almost have 2,000 HP. They're going to have 2,000 HP at the end of this. And the best part is, the more they grow, the better it gets. Sure. Let's get this too. Can't afford anything else. Okay, let's get X-ray here. It levels up all that. Yeah, everything we need leveled up. Okay. That levels up that fully. Increases damage, it also increases health. Which, honestly, does the 2% damage... Now, here's the question. Because, again, we don't have a lot of clarification. This is damage, but also increases HP. Is that a 2% increase in damage also leads to a 2% increase in health? Or is it that it increases it by that much? So the 2% increase in damage is like 1 damage. So we get 1 health. See, these are the questions I'm going to ask, but I'm never going to get answers to unless I really just stare at this. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to let it be. Let it... I don't know. This is a very powerful strategy, you know? But you know what, the King of Nothing's cards are good. I just think the main problem is they don't really have any synergy with each other. Haste again. We have 14 movement speed on this guy. They're gonna be moving faster than a speeding train. And as you see, the King of Nomads has Godzilla. We're not killing that fast, actually. I'm surprised. Though there's no one we're losing because we're not actually dying. It's more that we have really low damage output and only 92 damage. That's pretty high now that I think about it. Let's just put this on auto. Yeah, there we go. Well, that was easy. Well, you know what? That's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. We got the King of Nothing to level 10, unlocking the Stubborn perk. Let's go see what that does. What does the Stubborn perk do? Start with 3 free rerolls. We can get... Oh my god. 4 times 3. We can get 12 free rerolls. That's not actually that good. I'll admit that could be very good, but I don't use rerolls that much. Well, at least not enough to justify an entire slot just for rerolls. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Hope you all enjoyed. Until next time, goodbye and thanks for watching.